Hey and welcome to spend weekend off with JJ. I love cast iron kitchenware. Unfortunately, I forgot this awesome cast iron skillet outdoors for a couple of months, and now it looks like this. For an untrained eye, it looks like it's beyond salvation, but believe me, it's not. I'm going to show you how to fix this in, say, 15-20 minutes with basic tools and basic ingredients that everybody has in their house. This is going to be awesome. Definitely going to use this for cooking later on this weekend. Stay with me, it's going to be fun. Alright, now I've scrubbed it a couple of times with oil, and it was a normal kitchen sponge, the one that has the soft side and the coarse side, nothing fancy. And although I do have all kinds of power tools, I decided intentionally not to use them so I can show that they're not necessary for this kind of job. So now this goes into the oven. So there's a thin layer of normal cooking oil, vegetable oil, whatever. It doesn't need to be anything special. The oven is set to 250 Celsius. This goes in for 15 minutes. Then we reapply some oil and redo that for 2 or 3 times. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, I sanded off all the old varnish from the wooden handle. Now I'm putting some water on it so it gets wet just slightly underneath the surface. Then I let it dry, apply some oil, and this goes into the oven as well for a few minutes. My workshop is really cold, as you can see. My breath is steaming. So all the water I have at the workshop is frozen. It's like minus 27 outside at the moment. So I put some snow on the handle and make it melt on my hands. Important bit was to get it a little wet with water. So let's wait for a few minutes before I put some oil on it, and then it goes into the oven as well. into the oven it goes. Okay, the first coat of oil has been dried out, so it's time to apply another coat of oil. It takes usually 3 to 5 runs to get it good. I'll keep redoing this until I'm satisfied with the result. Thin film of oil, not puddles. Back into the oven. The whole idea is to wait for the coat of oil to turn dry into the oven. Then you just apply very little more and reheat it as long as it takes for the oil to disappear again. This is called polymerizing, and it generates the non-stick surface for the steel pan. This also works for the carbon steel pans, not only the cast irons. So it's actually quite easy, as you will see. Yes, we are ready. It took a total of 4 layers of oil, and as you can see, it turned out shiny, almost as good as new already at this point. Nothing fancy with the tools, nothing fancy with the oil, nothing fancy with the oven. Like I said, although I do have this industrial oven, you can do this in a kitchen oven just as well. It took a total of 45 minutes for me to do this. I reapplied oil in every 10 minutes or so, and remember, very thin coat of oil. Don't make it so that there is puddle of oil in the pan. Now I can already tell that this is very good non-stick quality on this pan. Look at this, beautiful. And as you could see, when I was scrubbing this with the sponge, there was a lot of rust going off from the pan every time I reapplied some oil. But look at this now. I got this kitchen towel. Now, the handle that I put in the oven, it's still in there. So it actually has been over there for more than half an hour. I'm waiting for it to turn slightly brown, and I think the oven could be slightly hotter, but I wanted to do this in the temperatures that a normal kitchen oven can do. So that's why I'm just keeping it over there for another 10-ish minutes before I take it out. The idea for the water for the oil into the wood before adding any oil was the idea that when the water goes into the wood and then it starts to vaporize, it pushes out vacuum into the little pockets or in the little pores of the wood, and when I take it out of the oven, it sucks the oil into the handle. Makes it more durable that way. But it should be ready in a couple of minutes. I'll reapply it back to the pan, and then we're good. I'll call it for the day, and tomorrow I'm going to make some awesome dish with this pan. Let's see how it turns out.